welcome to Love, Light, and Healing with Colette Lopane Capella. I am Colette Lopane Capella, a holistic psychotherapist and Reiki practitioner with a group practice in Larchmont, New York. I am so excited to be able to continue this show. We did take a little break, but we are back now, and not in person live, but we are live through Zoom, which is very exciting. Each week we'll have on a different person to be interviewed to share knowledge and inspiration. And the purpose of this show is really to bring together the mind, body, and soul, and to talk and to build awareness and learn tips and tools from our interviews and who we have on the show, and learn about the beauty that they're bringing into this world. Today, I am so excited. We have Shaleen Shivdasani, who is an author of a fantastic book, and I'm going to throw the ball in your court so you can introduce yourself to the viewers and tell them a little bit about yourself and the book.
Okay, thank you, Colette. First of all, thank you for having me here today. So this book is titled Stepping Inside, Building Spiritual Muscle. A little bit about me is I came to this country when I was about 5 from England and have lived here all my life. I'm a CPA by profession, married to a physician, have adult children. And I think in the last 12 years, life has had many experiences that I've learned from. Some have been challenging, others have been fantastic. And that led me to write. And in those writings, I would share them with people via text, via email, and people encouraged me if we could have these every day in a book, it would be great. So somewhere in 2017, I really seriously made the decision that I would start a manuscript and get this thing rolling. My goal was to have it out sometime in January of 2020, but God has a better plan always. And it officially released in mid-July of this year. And it's been doing well as far as I can tell, and it's been changing lives. And I'm just happy that I get to use it now myself as a reader, not as the author. So it's been an incredible journey, really has. And the journey, I think, still continues, especially like doing something like this today. I can see the book is reaching different people in different places.
So exciting. And I had the chance to kind of go through and learn a little bit more about the book and the daily activities that you can use, the tools. Can you share a little bit more of that with the viewer, a little insight?
Sure. So it is a daily reader. So it's written 366 days for those leap years. And on each day, there is a morning thought. There is space to write what your intentions are for the day. Then there is an evening thought, so you can come back to the book a second time. And underneath the evening thought, there is a space to write 3 things you're grateful for. So in essence, it is a reader. It gets your mind moving, or tries to, I'd like to say, transform one's thinking. But what it also does for the reader is it allows the reader to feel their feelings and to put out their own intentions. And that, I think, for many of us, who gets that opportunity to decide what I intend to do today? And it could be intentions that have nothing to do with your school life, work life, married life, dealing with the children. It could be anything else. So it really opens up a larger world. And then as far as the gratitude, I'm finding that when I'm writing in it, my gratitude also is not just simple. It could be very simple things that the washing machine worked today, or it could be really deep things that take me into a different space. And at the end of the book, apparently I did the math being a CPA. At the end of this book, if you did it from January to December, or whether you did it starting April 1st to March 31st, you would have 1,098 intentions as well as
Wow.
1,098 gifts of gratitude.
Wow. And I think like just kind of taking a step back and thinking about it and viewing it and seeing that large number, like how that must put it in perspective, right? Like gratitude. How many times in a year were you able to focus on something that you were grateful for and to put it down on paper and to acknowledge it and to own it and live it? Like that's got to be very moving, right? At the end to be able to count that large number.
I think so. And I think what I'm getting feedback from people who are using the book is it is also kind of a meditation. It's a daily meditation
Mm-hmm.
you are giving yourself because you're taking the time to read the thought. For example, if you don't mind, I'll read today's morning thought. It
Love
says,
that.
simply me. Today, as a new day begins, I will feel my feelings. I will see clearly. I will speak kindly. I will act with compassion. I will love freely. I will accept. I will understand. I will simply be me. And then underneath that is where you can write your intentions for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'll be honest, I can share it. I wrote my intent for today. One of them is to maintain my equanimity as much as I can and to love freely, including myself. So simply by just reading the morning thought, it plants that seed,
Yep.
perhaps where your intent can go.
Yep.
And some people read it, the whole page in one swoop, which is fine too, because we are all living busy, busy lives. And I think I put that in the forward that the book is to be used in whatever way works for the reader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
I
that
love
it's
that.
free and open. I think for me, what I've realized is many people in the times we're living in are suffering from fear of the unknown, the anxiety of what this pandemic has done. So it's caused some of us to isolate, to not enjoy what we usually can enjoy. And so a
Mm-hmm.
book like this allows the reader to remember the good things in life and to create your own good things by being, kind of in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, to be the change you want to see in the world, to be
Mm-hmm.
positive in the most difficult times. So,
Yeah. I like that too because I think you're right. You know, with everything that's going on in the world, there's still so much that is unknown and it's very scary and it leaves us living in a very vulnerable place, right? We don't feel in control. At times we feel out of control, right? And fear-based responses. And to have something like this, I think it brings you back to center, right? Brings you back to core. It's very grounding and it gives you a space to kind of take back that control in a space where you might not feel 100% sure, right? There's not 100% certainty in this world right now. There never was, but it's
yeah.
a little bit different now. So I love how your book can provide like just the script to be able to bring yourself back to core, back to center, and to do it, like you said, at your own pace, right?
I think it also, for me, in my journey and actually using the book, I started on August 9th. It was our 30th wedding anniversary, and I figured that's a good day to do this. I'm
Perfect
finding
day.
that it's also allowing me to see my own growth. Like, for example, I wrote in today's journal on the 14th of December, but this morning I actually looked to what I wrote on November 14th and October 14th, just to
Yeah, I like that.
see the growth or the shift in one's intentions and gratitude. And
Mm-hmm.
it's an exciting journey. I think the good news about it is it allows the spirit within you to realize, yes, we're human, but there's such a deeper side to who I am outside of the working person, the mother, the wife, all of that. Like, and it's a gift I give myself. That's what's most
Mm-hmm.
important. I think that's, for me, that's the big message, that in choosing to read this book, you get to really go inside, really step inside and figure out who you are and who you're becoming.
And what you need, right? What you need and what you want. I think I love this. This is so fantastic. I have to ask you, what motivated you to write the book and to write this book?
So I briefly, I'll give you the abridged version. In 2009, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and 6 months later, my mom had quadruple bypass. So there was a long period of time when I had both of them, two pillars in my own life that I saw in very vulnerable positions. But their faith and spirituality and the way they handled themselves, it kind of kept me positive and afloat. And I was active in writing. I just found it very cathartic, not only to give updates to friends and family, how are my parents doing, but also to keep myself upbeat. And in doing that, I would write in these little tartan plaid journals. They were like, I don't know, 5x7, small journals. And in writing, one thing would lead to another. And I would write in the craziest of places. I'd be outside in my backyard. I'd be on the tennis court. I would be in church.
Wow.
Just or by our town dock, and thoughts would come. And I had my pen and I write in purple ink. I love purple ink. I think it's a very warm and nurturing color. And so that led to the thoughts continuing to be written. Now, my parents have since passed, and I still write. And that's the good thing. I think I've heard the phrase positive thoughts, positive words, positive actions, and I added positive writing in there. So that helps me really. Even when I write emails or when I write, some of us still write cards. I know we're in a generation that doesn't do that. But even when I write like an email or give a card, what do you call those virtual cards? There's a place to write a message, and I can write something positive. So that I think was my inspiration. And my plan is my copy editor has asked me to write a simpler version. I don't know how much simpler I can get, but a version target, let's say, younger people, maybe, the younger crowd from ages 12 to adult. And children are struggling right now as well.
Yep.
There really definitely is that. And they feed off the energy of the parents. So, it's good to express yourself. I think that's what this book allows people to do.
I love that.
In
a healthy format too. I always tell people, when we're under stress, right, or when there's an abundance of worry, it's like elevator music that's going on. It's that internal chatter, right? And it's always on. And the most important part is to get it out. How do you get it out? And I feel like this book is a perfect place to kind of just get it out, to release it, to put it on to something else so that it doesn't become heavy or burdensome, right? That elevator music sometimes is like blasting. It's so loud. This is like a beautiful way to kind of lower it.
Yes. And then I will say one more thing about the book. It's easy for the reader because there are a lot of acronyms. I'm a big believer in acronyms, keeping it simple. And one of the acronyms, if I could share, is the word love and the word hugs. Love for me in the book means letting others voluntarily evolve. And hugs is hope, understanding, gratitude, serenity.
Wow. Oh my God. That is so awesome. And I know we didn't do this purposely, by the way, but what a perfect way to end the interview. We're at about time, but love and hugs.
And the best way to love yourself is to hug yourself.
Give yourself a hug, a butterfly hug. I love that. Thank you. You are definitely, my friend, a true light worker. Thank you for writing this book and sharing it with the world, because I think it's going to bring a lot of healing and a lot of love and a lot of hugs.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Truly a pleasure. Until next time, love, light, and healing. Thank you, my friends.
Take care.